Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, today I'm working on putting some decals on my 1976 case crawler, little dozer. I have these old style, this is the old style lettering for the case crawlers for 1976. What isn't the same, what they sent me was the 450 logo. The older style is a smaller case, and a little square with the 450 in it. But I couldn't find any of those decals, so I'm going to go ahead and do my best to place this in what looks like the correct location. Now these, I took measurements when the hood decals. I did take measurements on those before I cleaned up the machine. I removed all of the stickers or all of the decals and took everything off, clear down to the metal, sanded it, put OSPO on it, and primed it and painted it. So when I purchased the machine, I got 2 gallons of case yellow. This is actually the more recent style case yellow. This is called powder tan, 1983 and current, but it came with the machine, so I went ahead and went with it. I would have purchased the factory color for that year, but I got the paint. I think it looks pretty good, minus the few runs that I have, and there's a few little anomalies on it, but I got yellow on it. It looks okay when I'm driving down the highway with it. I got paint thinner. I diluted it 1 part to 8 parts of this. The thinner, if you're looking to do something like this, B17692 is the thinner. So this particular case paint for the 1970 or 1983 and newer is B17662. That's B17662. You didn't tune into this video to listen to me talking about painting, but usually when you're putting decals on, you've got done painting it. So anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there to you. So from the bottom of the hood, this was 1 3/4 inches high, all the way across to the bottom of the decal. And then from the back of the hood, the decal starts at 1 7/8 in. So with these particular decals, this here is like 1/4 inch that you'd have to measure to maybe scribe a little mark on the surface you're going to adhere to, so it can give you a reference point on where to install this, so you know what to line up on. So I've got 3 little dots across here, so I know where to line this up and adhere it to it. So 1 7/8 minus 1/4 is 1 5/8. And that's going to be 1.5 inches up from the bottom, and then 1 5/8 over to where the sticker, the edge of the sticker, you know, this part here is going to line up with that mark right there, and then 1.5 inches all the way up to the front. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to warm this up a little bit. It's kind of a cool day. These things actually apply a little bit better when they're warm. So I'm going to use a little heat gun here. I'm going to fire up the little Honda generator and just warm this up just a little bit, just to take the chill off of the metal. The word case goes to the back. This one here is the opposite. It goes on the other side. So what I'll do is I'm going to take some painter's tape, okay, that's where that's supposed to go. Now I'm going to attempt to stick that on there. Now you guys might have a better way of doing this, I don't know. I'm just gonna try to go with this and see what comes of it. I can stick this, keep that stretched out, and just tack those two corners in there. I'll soften this edge here with a little bit of Gorilla Tape. Good luck getting that back off of there, huh? That gives me a little smoother edge. I'll warm this up as I'm going along here. Right-hand side rear of the machine. This particular panel is all over the page as to where where this was. I've seen some in the center, and I've seen quite a few of them down here. Some of them were overlapped in this corner. I don't want to interfere with this seam right here. I could probably separate the 4 and the 5 right here, but I'm not going to do that. So I've decided I want to go with right at about 4 inches off of the bottom. I'm going to go with the number 4 right up to the edge of this panel. This is a removable panel. The filter is back behind here. So again, 4 inches up from the bottom, evenly across, and then right up to the edge here. I was thinking about going to 3 inches. That looks pretty good too. But from the pictures I've seen, it looked like it was about 4 inches up. We're going to go ahead and start warming this up. So one technique I'm using is I'm trying to, when I lay this in here, I'm stretching that out. I stretch it out this way, and I start from the center and work out. So that's what we do. We just go ahead and work any air pockets that might be out there, and actually working from the center and working out like this, you actually help prevent from getting any air pockets in there, and that's what you want to avoid. And I also want to apply enough of this so this stays square and straight. So now that I have that secure, I can bring this out then remove the paper, grab the corners, and I will stretch it and just tack these corners right here. So now none of this is actually secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work from this side and work that way. Making sure I keep everything nice and flat, so I don't have any air pockets in there, and everything lines up nice when I go to push everything through. Well, if I don't like the way it's positioned now, I guess I have to buy another kit. No, I think it looks all right. I can actually save my tape and use it for around the back side now. And then when you peel this off, I think the better rule of thumb is to not try to pull it out like this, but try to pull it like this, so you don't end up trying to pull this part back out. Okay, now we're on the back side of the machine, and this seam right here is the portion that separates the diesel tank from the hydraulic reservoir. This didn't have a decal on the back side of it when I went to refinish the machine. So again, I'm looking, just kind of looking at different pictures on the internet, and came up with this particular measurement. Basically just 1 inch from this seam, there's a little seam right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it kind of goes in just a little bit and it comes back out, and so there's a crease right here. So 1 inch underneath that crease. I measured up 5.5 inches above this plate, and then obviously centered it between this seam and the roll cage. Okay, now this one here, I have to measure this way because this is all one piece. For the center of the lettering, I had 7 inches of rise and 8 inches of run here. So 7 inches high to the center of the lettering, and 8 inches in our lettering right there. So we're 4 inches up off the bottom, 8 inches in from the center of the lettering. From the center of the lettering, it's 8 inches in. Okay, I can just take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and remove your permanent ink. Well guys, it's starting to get dark out here. Hopefully this gave you some tips on how you might be able to do this. It seemed like it worked well for me, so it might work well for you as well. Anyways, I think it turned out okay, being it was my first time doing it. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, and God bless.